Coach, a very warm day outside by Minnesota standards, but then again, it is still summer. Either way, the AC is working just fine at U.S. Bank Stadium in the Twin Cities. The scene a few moments ago, here it is. It's unlike any other in sport as both teams made their way out of the tunnel. These folks are fired up as their guys are ready to do battle between the Tampa Bay Buccaneers and the Minnesota Vikings. Two teams here fresh off Week 1 victories. Who can keep it going as we're underway on EA Sports? That'll be taken in the end zone. And he'll take it back to about the 19-yard line.
Take over first and 10 at their own 19-yard line.
Let's go! Hey, come on, 53. Let's go, let's get this ball back for the offense. Let's go.
Now the first carry for Dalvin Cook. 5 yards on the game's first play, second down.
Well, I think that's what they're going to need to do here in the first half. You've got to take some pressure off of this young quarterback, and no better way to do it than to establish the running game early.
The first down run got 5. Here's 2nd and 5.
Let's go.
2nd and 5. That's to Cook out of the backfield. And he's able to get up here to the 26.
I know most of the time when the ball's in the air, you're thinking wide receiver, tight end, but running backs, they can be a big part of any passing offense nowadays.
An early test, 2 plays in. This is 3rd and 2. They'll run it. Here's Cook. And he's going to be taken down here still a couple yards short of the first. Just a 1-yard gain on the play, and that'll mean a call to the punt team as it's 4th down.
I know the scouting report on him is that he doesn't possess the eye discipline to be an elite linebacker, and what that means is his ability to read, react, and make a play. But on that one, he looked like one of those guys.
Fielded just inside the 20. 12 yards on the return that time, and the Bucs will get ready to go on offense.
At their own 31-yard line.
Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10.
Check 50. Check 9. Kill. 72. Check 3. Shift. Watch the shift. Check 37. Check 37. Jim. Wait for the
Here's Ronald Jones, first carry for the USC man. And takes this one across the 35 to the 36, a gain of about 4.
When we see those runs to the perimeter, when we see those runs to the edge, we think about big breakers, don't we? In this case, it was a modest gain. But it does open up possibilities here on second down.
Not today. Not today.
The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6.
Hey, watch it, watch it. 53's in now. Hey, Alpha. 9. Watch the run. Watch the run. Ozzy. 72.
Now Brady. They'll tussle for it, and this is going to be caught. That one a gain of 20 and a first down.
That was an excellent read right there. Saw cover 1. That means it's just a single high safety. So you know if you throw the ball to the outside part of the field, help is going to be a little bit late getting there. And he puts one out there for a big-time completion.
72. Let's go on. No, 66. Hey, Alabama. Check 3. Hey, 53's in now. Watch the ship. Hey, check it. Watch the ship. Hey, Alabama.
Now a first down carry by Jones. And a pretty little juke move there on a nice gain. It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets him to 2nd and 4. He was well over 100 yards last week. He told us this week, a little ambitious, said he wants to hit that 200 mark. We'll see.
Makes sense, though, doesn't it? Have we ever run into a running back that had a great game the week before that didn't think that's just going to naturally continue? Just make sure you feed me the football. And that's what they're all about. Continuity, rhythm, number of carries. Just keep giving it to him.
72. Hey, exit.
From the 38, Brady. That's complete to his receiver, Godwin. 15 yards as Tampa Bay picks up the first.
That's a big pickup for a first down because when you run a drag route against zone, you're sometimes asking for trouble because you might run into a defender.
Yeah, well, there they ran into a first down, executed it to perfection.
Mike, wait, 53! Here we go. Check 99, check 99. Rush in, rush in, rush in. Check it back. Go bandit. Watch twist. Watch the twist. Go 66.
They'll run on first down. It's Jones. And he'll be brought down inside the 20 at the 19. It's a pickup of 4, and it'll bring up second down.
And that's one of the reasons you like to blitz even on run downs. It confuses the blocking assignments. It doesn't allow those offensive linemen to get up to the second level.
Following the pickup of 4, here's second and 6.
You got tape. You got Alpha. Check 4. Undercut. Big gap. Hey, switch gears. Check 24. Switch.
This is Jones. And he'll go down here at the 12-yard line. That one, a first down pickup of 8.
And that's a run that'll energize an offensive line. They'll take that one all day long. Fundamental breakdown by the defense. You've got to be able to make plays on the edge.
We got this.
After the run by Jones, here's first and 10.
Hey, watch the line. Hey, go 66. Check 49. Check 49. Under 10. Out. Hey, 66. Shift. Showing it. Sugar.
Jones. And he'll get this one down to about the 10-yard line. Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's second and 9.
Well, they had that one sniffed out. Excellent run blitz. Stop that one for a short gain.
What makes a good run blitz a good run blitz?
The ability to stay on task, to follow up your assignment, go to the gap you're supposed to cover, and not be deterred by anything else.
On second and 9, Brady. And he will bring it out past the 20-yard line.
Brandon, this is why golfers do their best to never count a score in their head before the ball goes in the cup. This looked like a slam dunk for points on this drive, didn't it? Instead, they throw an interception, and they're going to come away empty.
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And on the first drive, 3 and out. And I know that these are professional athletes, but I would imagine sometimes you get the nerves at the beginning of a game still, don't you?
Those don't ever go away. And typically, what I've heard from guys and what I remember from playing, if you don't have nerves at the start of a game, it's not going to be a great day for you. You're not really ready to play. So finding a way to harness those nerves and not let them affect you in a negative way, that's what all the guys are looking for.
It's second and 8 at the 26-yard line.
The last run good for 2. Here's second and 8.
Let's pick it up. It's out of time, guys. Out of time. Let's get up.
On the ground, it's Cook. Only a couple there as he'll be brought down about the 28. No score after 1 on EA Sports.
Good breakup all day, baby. Good breakup.
And it looks like we've got a dime set here defensively. 6 DBs in the game.
Hey, one set. Check Mike 54. Mike 54.
They'll drop the throw. And that will be incomplete. So it doesn't look like they're going to be able to build off the turnover.
Well, the defense certainly did its part. It got them the football. But you're exactly right. It looks like they're going to have to punt this one away. And it's not a turnover, but doesn't it feel like one after grabbing the momentum with the defensive play?
Yeah, and they had all that momentum after getting the football, and now zapped right back in the other direction. Fielded at the 20. Give him 11 yards that time on the return. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. That opening drive ended with the INT. It didn't lead to points, but still not the way they were hoping to begin the game.
How about going and telling your defense, thank you, a huge thank you. You said it didn't lead to points, stalled off that drive. Now they've got a chance to redeem themselves and maybe reward their defense a little bit by putting some points on the board on this one.
They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. And almost intercepted. It would have been his second pick of the game. Instead, it'll be 2nd down.
Well, nearly another interception there. That would have been 2 drives in a row with a pick. He's got to start taking care of the ball way better than what we're seeing.
Interestingly, that throw was probably worse than the one he threw the interception on last drive, but fell incomplete. Brady's incompletion on 1st down leads to a 2nd and 10. On play action, it's Brady. He completes this into the hands of Miller. 4 yards on the completion, and it sets up a 3rd down. Boy, the evolution of the game and how these guys on plays like that can get out of the pocket, keep plays alive, it just makes things so much harder for defenses.
It really does, and we're talking about an era in the game where the quarterbacks are the most athletically gifted that we've seen in a bunch. I mean, when you talk about collectively, it's unbelievable. So their ability to move is practiced now. It's not necessarily, oh, he just took off and you guys figure it out. When he takes off, everyone knows where to go now. They know how to run routes, change things, make themselves presentable for the quarterback. It's a lot of time that they put in on it. It's not just...
He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked up by Harrison Smith. And he'll take it across midfield and down to the 48-yard line.
So that's back-to-back drives where they've thrown an interception. Ordinarily, we look at the offense and say, what's going on with your scheme? Maybe we should look at the defense and just give them a whole lot of credit. They've got them frustrated right now.
They'll come out throwing here on 1st down. Open man is Higgins. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. 2nd and right at a yard.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion. They would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication, and as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating. There he is, and they passed him up to each defender. Ended up making a nice play, even though it was complete.
And he's going to get it down to the 33-yard line here. 6 yards the pickup, and that's a 1st down.
1st and 10 at the 33-yard line.
So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. He'll drop to throw. And the tip there altered the ball flight, and it falls incomplete. It'll be 2nd down.
Didn't have a receiver open downfield, and as it turned out, couldn't even find his outlet man because of the coverage. It was way too tight, unable to find anyone open.
2nd and 10 from the 33-yard line. 2nd and 10. Setting up the screen for Cook. And this play will be blown up. He'll lose yardage back at the 38. He lost 4 there, and it's 3rd down. Now, that screen there on 2nd down certainly didn't develop how they had hoped. Is that one they should have even tried, or is that one the quarterback sticks in his pocket?
I think the latter. I like what you said there, because trying it is one thing. We can second-guess just about every call. But in this case, when you realize that it's broken down, just throw it at the feet of your intended receiver so that no one can pick it off, right? You don't have the ball tipped up in the air, and you come back and try and pick up the 1st down on 3rd down. That way you don't lose any yardage.
Well, that second down completion, something of a disaster, and now they're left with 3rd and long. The Vikings going to signal for the first of their timeouts. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this second quarter. They had the catch on second down, but it didn't help at all, and now they're looking at 3rd down here.
Hey, check Mike 45. Check 45.
Back to throw. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down.
That's a pretty darn good start to his season, huh? A sack in the opener, adds a second one here. That tells you about his offseason. He came in determined to have a big year, and it's paying off.
He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. This is taken at about the 14. 33 yards is the distance on the punt there. And out will come the offense as they take over.
At their own 24-yard line.
The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. And it's been a miserable start for them offensively. Obviously, 2 drives, 2 interceptions.
And this is where you have to know your quarterback and know how you actually have to reach him. Do you do it with a little bit of humor? Maybe you break the ice a little bit like, hey, didn't we practice in that colored jersey? Not the one that you're throwing it to? Or maybe you have to be stern with him. But whatever it's going to take to get the message, it has to be done. He's putting the game in jeopardy.
Meanwhile, they take a shot to start the drive, but this is going to wind up incomplete.
But one thing's for sure, when you get a big receiver and you trust him downfield, you're going to give him opportunities to go up and get that 50-50 ball.
And he is a darn good big receiver. Unfortunately, that time didn't work out. Nice job defensively. Brady's incompletion on first down leads to a 2nd and 10. To throw again, Brady. And that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's 3rd down.
It is tough to complete passes against zone defenses. The windows that you see open, they shrink pretty rapidly. How about being able to hit a moving target against a zone before the next guy can get there and make a play on the ball?
Not easy for any quarterback. No matter the situation there, the defense won the battle. So back-to-back incompletions, and that has them staring at a 3rd and 10.
Safety's creeping. Rip. 52. Gold 50. Hey, Zoo.
Shotgun now for Brady. Looking downfield for Godwin. And that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up 4th down.
I tell you, Brandon, this defense is playing with some confidence. Haven't allowed a point yet. Flying to the football. I'm telling you, it's almost 11 to the ball on every snap. Another nice job there to force an incompletion.
Taken in at the 22. The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway. So far, they've had 3 drives, 3 punts. Not good.
Not good indeed, because you've got to have something to show for being out on the field. Now, sometimes, if you have a game where neither side has scored, 3 punts isn't a bad thing. But when you're trying to set the pace, get up on top in a game, you've got to show better offense and find a way to put some points on the board.
They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. He's going to wind up into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off around the 37. Then he'll take this all the way down inside the 40. Defensively that time, they were in zone coverage. As a rookie QB, what lesson can you learn there?
Well, understand this. You saw zone in college, and the defensive backs reacted, but they don't react like they do on this level. So when they're in zone and they see the ball coming to them, they'll react at least a half a second faster. You've got to know where you want to go with the ball and be decisive with it. Otherwise, the end result can be something you don't like.
Gold 50. Check 3. Watch the end. 72. SOS. Alert.
On 1st down, Jones. It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4. 2 minutes on the clock in what's been a scoreless first half.
Check safety. He ain't going nowhere.
A reminder coming up at halftime, we'll head to Orlando. Standing by there, Jonathan Coachman. He'll have stats and scores from around the NFL in this 2nd week of the regular season.
Check 9. Alert. Alpha.
On 2nd down now, it's Jones, and he'll work it inside the 30 to the 29-yard line. 4 yards the pickup, 1st down.
Exactly what they needed right there, because they needed to use the ground game to take some pressure off, because the quarterback's been struggling a little bit.
Wait, set. Alabama, 380. 54 miles. I know he ain't got it. Check 3. Shoot. Watch the shoot. Check 37. Check 30. Alert. Check. 72. Let's go on. No, 66. He's coming.
And they'll keep on the ground with Jones. A gain of 3, 2nd down.
What's the old expression, 3 yards in a cloud of dust? In this case, it's dust-covered pellets. It's no longer that old grass that we used to play on, right, and chew it up. Now we've got that artificial surface. You see the pellets go up. Still a nice play by the defense.
The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7.
Hey, 66.
Throwing now is Brady. Looking for Godwin, and he's got him complete. And down inside the 15, shy of the 10. Now the Bucs going to use the first of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds to go in the first half. Could we get a touchdown in this first half after all? It's 1st and 10.
Watch the ship. He's coming. Double up. He's coming. Double up. 53 lead now.
Now Jones. The great move couldn't free him. Taken down at the 10. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
I know that speed is the hallmark of today's NFL game, but the key to good rushing defense is still having your linebackers set the edge.
Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run.
Sugar! Hey, Charlie!
From the gun, it's Brady. Dancing to his left. He'll wind up with positive yardage. It's a gain of 3, but now it's 3rd down. The Bucs going to go ahead and use the 2nd of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 18 seconds to go in the first half.
Wait, 53! Check it!
On 3rd down, here's Jones. And he's into the end zone. Touchdown, Buccaneers. Ronald Jones, as the first half is winding down, as his guys are first onto the scoreboard here this afternoon. Matt Gay on for the extra point. And that one gives the Bucs a 7-0 lead.
Makes the score Buccaneers 7, Vikings nothing.
And following the touchdown now, it's Bradley Pinion on to kick this one away. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully.
The Vikings take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. Time here for likely a couple plays if they want it, but with the field position what it is, maybe better suited to just sit on this one?
I'm with you totally. I would sit on it and get into the locker room and start over. But if they do decide to try and make a play.
And down he goes, a Buccaneer sack.
They can't stop us. They cannot hold us down. We're going to keep getting.
So we have reached halftime with a touchdown. That's the difference on the scoreboard. As we send you down to Orlando, where Jonathan Coachman has our EA Sports halftime report. Coach. Okay, Coach. Appreciate it. A 1-touchdown game here as we get set to resume play in the second half. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And the decision to bring it out, a good one, as he's up a yard or two shy of the 30. A second quarter score from down in Houston. And the early going, it's the Texans out in front. And we'll try and keep you updated on those events and others around the league as we continue through this one. Brady now on 1st down. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Anthony Barr comes rumbling in for the sack. So they come out of the locker room trailing, but plays like that, they won't be trailing much longer. Defense really starting out well this second half.
Yeah, they knew they had to jumpstart things a little bit. They really struggled in the first half trying to slow them down, but now they had a plan, made that adjustment that we always talk about, and it worked very well on that play.
Got to imagine the pass rush will be equally intense here on 2nd down following the sack. It's 2nd and 18.
Easy.
To throw is Brady. Left side here, that's complete to Godwin.
An ex-teammate used to tell me all the time, I hate experienced quarterbacks because no matter what, you really can't hide what you're doing. And I think that right there, he knew right away where the blitz was coming from, where his primary guy was going to be, and he ended up going to a secondary target for a nice game.
I was just going to ask you, that wasn't the primary target. He's so good at that, isn't he?
I think he knew right away that he wasn't going to get to his primary guy. I think he read that as soon as he got to the line of scrimmage, knew where the pressure was going to come from, and said, I know how to beat that. And that's what he did.
Brady now to throw. Oh, he can't get away, and Brady will go down. Anthony Barr picks up his 2nd sack of the afternoon.
That'd be exactly what they were looking for coming out to start the third quarter. Get a sack, get off the field, get the momentum going in their direction.
Get the ball back to your offense, right? Get that momentum because, hey, this lead is very, very slim. Here's Bradley Pena now as he'll punt it away for the second time. Pulled in at the 24. A good return there. Call it 13 yards. And the Vikings will take over here, 1st and 10. The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway. They're down in this game. A chance for the offense, though, to put something on the board, get some momentum here in half two.
Try and get things kick-started for them. And you know at the half, they discussed how they were going to get that done. This is where scripting comes into play a lot of the time.
How many plays do you script coming out of the second?
Most of the time in the first half, you're scripting 12 to 16. I think in the second half, you're really scripting more like 8 to 10. Kind of a starter or an opener, whatever terminology they use. Just something to get you off to a quick start.
8 yards on the pickup, and now they'll have some options on second and short. 8 yards the gain on that last run. Here's second and a couple. Again, it's Cook. And he'll be brought down just shy of midfield at the 49-yard line. 4 yards the pickup, first down.
Tough first half for him, unable to put up the numbers he's used to producing. But with a guy like him, you and I both know it just takes a couple of explosive touches for him to make an impact on this game and on the stat sheet as well.
Here we go. Number 53, Mike 53. Get ready, get ready, get ready. Kill, kill, kill. Turn up. Kill, kill, kill. Turn up. 25, check 25, check 25. Check 50, check 50. He's crashing. He's checking crash.
First down, here's the run with Cook. Takes to midfield, but no further. Just a yard there.
I have to think a major focus at a halftime meetings had to be figuring out how to create space for the running game to get operating.
Well, what you pointed out to me at half seems accurate. That line has struggled to sustain blocks.
Yeah, I would agree with that totally. They've got to focus on staying on their double teams at the first level, make sure that block's secured before they slide off and try and chip someone at the second level.
The run only got a yard. Here's second and 9.
Check.
On the carry, it's Cook. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. No gain on the play there, so that doesn't help. Now they're looking up at a 3rd and 9 situation.
Brings up 3rd down and 9.
And let's see, the Bucs with 6 DBs, so a dime set here on 3rd down.
Hey, 1 7. Check Mike 54. Mike 54. In your face. Shoot. Check. 49. Check 49. Check 49. Under 10. Off.
That's going to set him back 5 yards. After the delay, they're backed up even further for 3rd and long.
54 is Mike. Check. Watch 54. Your track. Mike's 54. Mike.
They'll look to throw. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off around the 37. And his guys are going to take over at the 39-yard line. 3rd and long that time. He was trying to make something happen, but a little too risky.
Well, the field tilted on him. And what I mean by that is what you said. 3rd and long. Got to push it downfield to try and pick up the first down. Defensive backs live for this situation. And they took advantage of the young man right there.
Out. Shift. Showing it. Alert.
They'll start out on the ground with Jones. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. That sends him 2 yards in the wrong direction and leads to 2nd down.
2nd and 12 at the 38-yard line.
First play of the drive goes the wrong way. Here's 2nd and 12. And now the Vikings are going to stop it here on defense with a timeout. It's just their first, so 2 remaining as they burn one here in this third quarter.
Wait, that's 29. Alpha. Check 55 to Mike. You must be getting tired of seeing me. Watch out, watch out, watch out, watch out. Switch. Hey, go 66. Lucky. Alert 3. Joker. Hey, 66. Quick edge. Come. Hey, check it. Bang. Wide. Get wide. Check it, reload.
Again, it's Jones. And this winds up a pickup of 2, maybe 2.5 to about the 39.
Well, if the coaching staff's doing a good job upstairs, they'll file away what they just saw from the defense right there. They sold out to stop that running play. I'd say keep that in mind. They want to try that again. Go play action, hit them over the top.
Mike 55, Mike 55. Regular. Watch the safety creep. Kill. Hey, turn it up. Regular.
Throwing is Brady on 3rd down. He finds his tight end Howard. That's complete. And he's going to come up a few yards short. Brought down at the 45. The completion good for only 6, and that'll bring up 4th. Here's Bradley Pinion now as he's on to punt for Tampa Bay. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken. So possession goes over here on the punt. And the Vikings will take over at their own 20-yard line. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. Their defense has done the job. Now it's the offense's turn as they've got it 1st and 10. Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. He's got it complete to Stephon Diggs. And they're going to get this beyond the 40 before he's taken down. A good pickup there, a 22.
And the Vikings first down. 1st and 10 at the 42-yard line.
One play has him up past the 40 already, and another 1st and 10. He'll look to throw. And he's going to be intercepted a 3rd time. It's Devin White, the linebacker. And his guys are going to have the football back as the 3rd quarter comes to an end. And we return, welcoming you back to Minneapolis. It's the Bucs. They've got the football. They also are in front here on the scoreboard as we start the 4th. The Buccaneers in good field position here to start out 1st and 10 right at the 50-yard line. We'll get a nice chunk there on the 1st down run, and it's 2nd and 4. Got to figure now, after getting that turnover, they're just going to be happy to keep the ball on the ground, right?
This is where covering the football, taking care of the ball, all the ball security terms that have ever been used, they come into play for the guys on offense right now. Just take care of it, and they've got a good chance of ending up winning this game.
SOS. Let's go! Check 6 guys. Hey, alert 3. Check it out, read. Slam. Shit.
They'll go again to Jones. And he was able to shed the tackle, but the reserves come in for the stop. Just a couple on the pickup there, and now it's 3rd down. He was close to flirting with that sideline, but able to stay in bounds like his coach wants him to do and keep that clock moving.
Isn't it funny that we're watching this play when we had that discussion just yesterday about this? What do you do in this scenario? What's your mindset? It appeared to me that he'd totally forgotten that he needed to stay in bounds, and then the last second, oh no, I better get down. And he ended up doing the right thing. But at that point, maybe close to letting it slip away.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38.
You ain't got nothing. Check safety. Check. Slam. Check. Rip. Check 9. Kill. Check it, reload. Shift. Watch the shift. Check 37.
Here's Jones. And he'll be taken down at the 33, a pickup of about 4. I'm guessing you'd say this is kind of the key here. Grind out some yardage, work on that clock, see if you can continue to tick it down.
Definitely, you want to bleed things out at this point, right? Continue to possess the football, gain some yardage, and put the onus on the defense. Do they have to use timeouts? What are they going to do to stop you? You're taking charge.
Under 4 to go now as the clock runs and they come up on second down.
Whip. Watch the whip. Tighten up. Switch. Hey. 50. Back. 72. Check. Hey.
And they try to sweep to Jones. And he's going to have to protect the football and take his lumps here at this stage of the game as they stop him behind the line. That's going to go down as a loss of 5, and it brings up third down. Possibly a turning point. Big play coming. This is 3rd and long. Working from the gun, it's Brady. Completes it to Miller. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. 15 yards as Tampa Bay picks up the first.
Couldn't just sit on it here, could they? Had to throw the ball on 3rd down. Got the big completion in the pickup. Fresh set of downs now. They've got to feel great.
And defensively, a backbreaker.
Wait, 53! We don't get to know. There we go. Watch the shift. Hey, watch the shift. He's coming. Double up. Alert! He's coming, double up. Alert, flare. 72.
They'll run on first down. Jones. 9 yards is the pickup there, and they'll have a 2nd and 1. Now, the objective there, I mean, yes, the positive gain, that's nice, but work some clock.
Yeah, you're exactly right, but the problem for them is still within a possession, so they can't just sit on it running the ball. They'll have to find a way to throw it effectively as well.
The previous run, good for 9. Here's 2nd and a yard.
Tight dog. Switch it. Sponge. 72. No. Check 99. Let's go on. No, 6. Hey, Alabama.
They'll keep it on the ground. It's Jones. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. It'll wind up being a loss of 2. And that'll bring up a 3rd down. And they'll try to squeeze in one more play here before the 2-minute warning.
Focus, defense, focus. Kill.
They'll try and run for it with Jones. And this effort won't be enough as they rally up to stop him a couple of yards short. He needed 3. He got 2. Now that'll set up an interesting situation here on 4th and a yard. So it's Buccaneer football as we welcome you back. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. And Gay knocks this one through. And the lead moves to 10-zip. A big one there. That gives them a little cushion and makes it a 2-score game.
Yeah, bled a little time off the clock, put some points on the board. It's not totally out of reach yet, but it has to feel pretty good to them right now because as a defender, you go out on the field and say, guess what? You can put some points on the board, but that won't beat us.
And all that worked, but he stopped where he ultimately would have been, and he's simply taken a knee, and that's the 25-yard line. The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway. And you're still in this game. I mean, yeah, you haven't scored. Offense obviously has struggled, but you're only 2 scores down, so all hope not lost.
Not at all, because we were talking about the NFL, and teams can score fast in this league. Quick strikes, you're right back in it. You're exactly right. Keeping hope alive.
Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. 12 yards there. First down, Vikings. Clock management definitely critical here if they want to get back in this game.
Absolutely agreed. They have to up the tempo in this case. Down a couple of scores. Want to make sure they have a chance to win this ball game.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10.
Hey, here we go. Deuce. You go tight. You got tight. You got tight right there. Go. Hey. Echo.
They're going to look to throw. And this is intercepted, and that should do it. Picked off at the 36. Boy, so another interception, CD, and it feels like he's starting to unravel a little bit.
And as you would expect, still a work in progress here in his second season. He has to start ironing out some of these mistakes, though, because now his head coach, his offensive coaches, they have to evaluate whether you keep playing him and let him work through it, or you start thinking about going to his backup.
Brady going to throw. And intercepted. Maybe the turning point they need. Picked off at the 22. And he's free going down the left side. It's a foot race. And he will take this one home. It's a touchdown. Well, don't change that channel just yet. This one may have gotten a bit more interesting.
Put down the remote, put down the clicker. This one looked like it was over. It looked like they were ready to seal the deal. But in doing so, by pitching it around a little bit, it cost them. We could have a great finish.
Gostkowski with the extra point. And now things get a bit more interesting here in this fourth quarter. And the Buccaneers able to recover. Their hands team does its job. And now looking at the clock here, they do have 2 timeouts, but even if they force a 3-and-out, they're going to have very little time remaining.
So that means they've got to be aggressive and find a way to knock the ball free. They've got to come up with it because they can't just rely, as you noted, on using their timeouts and getting the ball back. They might not have any time to mount an attack, even if they do play it that way. Get the football. That's their mantra.
Check 24.
Ozzy. On first down, Jones. And some room to roam now. And he's brought down, but not before he reaches the 8-yard line. That one good for 37 yards.
But they picked up a little bit of yardage there, and now, in this situation, should be in no hurry to run a play really fast. Let the clock wind down.
Now the Vikings will use the second of their timeouts as the clock shows 50 seconds to play here in quarter number 4. It's first and goal and a late touchdown at this stage. Could officially salt this one away. Now Jones. And he maneuvers his way down to the 3-yard line. It'll be a gain of 5 there as they move closer. It's second and goal.
Well, Brandon, we always know that once you score 1 touchdown,
you're 2.
You're without a doubt. And so far today, he's got 1, but was denied as he tried to get the second one.
So the ball position now at the 3. Here's second and goal.
Under 10, 10. Out. Shift. Showing it. Kill. Regular.
They'll try and run it in with Jones. And he's going to get this back to the 3-yard line and no further. And we will get a timeout with 2 ticks left.
You don't want no problems. With me.
So here we go. Maybe the biggest kick of the game forthcoming. From the left hash, a chip shot here. And the kick is good. So you wonder how this one might be remembered the next time these two teams meet. But until then, this game's over. Well, a little drama there at the end, but really this thing was already decided. The late points get scored, and then it ends on the kickoff.
And I'm right there with you, partner. At the end of the game, they knew what they had to do. Just make sure you don't cough up the football at the end. Just take care of it, and victory was theirs, and that's exactly what they did.
So for the Bucs, it's a dream start. 2 wins in 2 early road games. And they'll have another road date next week with the Detroit Lions. Meanwhile, for the Vikings, they'll fall to 1-1. And they'll get a chance to redeem themselves at home next week. I'm Brandon Gaudin. Certainly have to thank Charles Davis, my broadcast partner, and our entire crew. We'll catch you next time right here. It's the NFL on EA Sports.